analysis of the major sources and uses of cash and uses of cash. Now, if you can be able to remember what we said in our previous class, is that when preparing the statement of cash flow, ordinarily we classify the activities of the business in three categories. We have what we refer as operating activities, we have investing activities, and we have financing activities. Now, this particular tool here, that is the analysis of the major uses and sources of cash, it basically entails determining the various activities of the business which generated cash and the various activities of the business which utilized the cash now which was generated. So therefore, this entails determining the various activities which generated cash, and how the cash generated was utilized. Meaning that whenever now the financial statement analyst is to use this particular tool here, he will be going through the statement of cash flow, and basically he determines the various activities which generated cash, of which now those activities can either be operating, can either be investing, or what, financing. Now, of which for the financial statement analyst now to be able to do that, he will be checking what he referred as the net cash flow. For instance, he compared the net cash flow from operating activities, net cash flow from financing, net cash flow from investing, and those activities which will be having a net cash inflow then will be deemed now to be the activities which generated what, cash. Still, in this case now, the financial statement analyst will also be required now to identify the various activities which now utilized now the cash which was generated. For instance, if at all may be from a certain activity, for instance, from investing activities, we get a negative net cash outflow, then in such a case, then we can be able to conclude and basically be able to determine that, or maybe be able to conclude that that activity, the investing activities, utilize the cash now which was generated. So basically, that what entails, meaning that here there is no any computation which is involved. So if you get a question in respect to this whereby you can just be required to comment on the cash flow of an entity, whereby you can be required to comment on the issues to do with the cash flow from operating, investing, and financing, whereby you are supposed to say whether the various activities generated cash or basically utilized cash.